You've heard the phrase throw money at the problem. Well, California threw $24 billion at the homelessness over the past 5 years, and guess what? Homelessness didn't disappear, it got worse. Outcomes weren't tracked, and parts of the funding may have never helped the homeless at all. Welcome back to the Tough Finance, where we expose the financial grift behind the public face of good intentions. The official line is noble: we care about unhoused, so we're spending billions to solve homelessness. But here's the brutal truth: California spent roughly $24 billion on homelessness programs and didn't consistently track whether that money worked. In many cases, it can't even say what the results were. That's not oversight, that's absence of accountability. What $24 billion actually means? Let's put that number in perspective. That's more than GDP of some small countries. 9 agencies administrated 30 plus programs attempting to prevent or reduce homelessness, yet state didn't even have a coherent central tracking system for results. California didn't just spend big numbers, it lost track of half of them. That means huge swaths of your tax dollars went to programs with no clear measure of effectiveness. What went wrong? Number one, no consistent outcome tracking. The state audit literally says officials haven't tracked how the billions impact homelessness. In many cases, can't even tell if they help. That's like spending $24 billion on medicine without recording who took it or if it cured anyone. Number two, fraud and corruption investigations. A special federal task force was established to investigate fraud and corruption tied to homelessness funding. There are even criminal cases involving misused homelessness funds, including real estate developers accused of fraud. Not billions, tens of millions worth of fraud cases are already being prosecuted. Number three, homelessness still grew. Despite unprecedented spending, homelessness in California didn't decrease significantly, and some counts actually show it increased. That's not just inefficiency, that's spending money faster than the progress is made, and that's a sign of a system that's either broken or being exploded. Where the money may have gone. Some hotels/motels conversions programs like HomeKey were relatively cheaper than new construction, around $144,000 per unit versus much higher cost of new housing. But even programs with promising cost metrics often suffer from lack of centralized tracking, duplicate spending, overlapping bureaucracies. In other words, a lot of money gets shuffled around through non-profits, county offices, and federal grants with little transparency on real results. Here's the hard truth most polite discussions skirt around: spending money doesn't fix homelessness. Mismanaging it can make it look worse. When you don't measure impact, don't ensure accountability, combine billions with bureaucratic red tape, you create what looks like a financial soup kitchen for contractors, non-profits, consultants, and middlemen, not solution for people in need. That's the California homelessness financial mess in a nutshell. $24 billion spent, homelessness still rampant, transparency near zero, fraud investigations underway. If you want more brutal financial deconstructions like this, where we call bullshit on spending without results, hit that subscribe button. Next we'll roast the housing first myth and why it's slowing real solutions. Until then, stay cynical, stay solvent, and remember, money doesn't solve problems, accountability does.